it's really refreshing to see that a trial can be set up in 3 days, which is fantastic. And that's obviously, these are studies related to COVID-19 and either monitoring progress of these patients or actually intervention. And we in Leicester have been part of all of that aspect. So both monitoring, the recovery trial, there's also an intervention study for COVID-19 patients. So apart from COVID-19 studies, we've been really lucky in Leicester actually that we've been able to continue most of our trial activity. There are a few studies which the sponsor has closed, and obviously we can't do very much about that. However, the ones that are globally still open, we are still recruiting to. Our staff is still all working. It hasn't been deployed to any other areas. So our research team is still very much active in clinical trials rather than being deployed to perhaps other areas. So we've been lucky. Our general clinical trials have carried on as usual. Now, going back to my personal interest, so that's in exercise intervention. We've managed, just before all of this started, to put in a grant application, so we're waiting to hear. So the crux of our study is looking at exercise intervention in lung cancer and to see whether actually that's going to have an impact on overall survival. That's a very long-term view, and it's going to be a multi-center study. So that's long view, but at the moment what we've put in an application for is to look at a feasibility study. Is this something that is acceptable to patients whilst they're going through their lung cancer journey? And B, whether this is acceptable to clinicians and whether they would be willing to refer for this.